Hello, everybody. I am going to read you another piece that I wrote. It is Sunday, about 11:30 a.m. I've just gotten back from a girlfriend's house. We hung out last night. She gave me all these new clothes. I'm really stoked. I put my new goddess dress on. Let's get the baby sorted out. It's quite good. I'm quite liking it. It's I don't have to put a bra with it. It's got a low back. And that means I can get my tan all sorted for summer, babes, you know. Nobody wants those little lines on their back. So I'm going to read you another piece. I wrote it also in the... This is just should be called the Winnebago sessions. They're camper van calls. Because whenever I found some time, alone, I would write. There's a little bit of it, happening at the festival itself, but a lot of it was kind of in transit. And this was one of those pieces. I don't really know what it's about. You can kind of decide for yourself. It was kind of like a lot of things added together, as a lot of my work journey is. And once again, all written out fairly roughly, so delivery may not be as good as it can be, but whatever. It's a party, right? Okay. My heart cracked open like an end-of-season apricot, crushed passionately by the earthy farmer's hand as my sweet juices sprayed from between your fingers. Your musk lingered inside me as my faith awoke within every iota in me. Binary codecs bouncing off figments of imagination and habituation found so organically, pragmatically one conversation amongst the turbans and thieves, amongst the gold and the breeze. Truth sprang from my roots and ricocheted and shimmy shook its way up to my mother's crown. Lovers found and just as quickly lost. I guess in the moment you don't consider the cost, but everything's perfect. Everything serves its purpose to usurp it all and be free. Discover yourself and create reality. I made this all happen. It was my choice and my lesson to learn. Countless stars are earned when you make play on your turn. I chose the risk. I chose the game of 9 lives or countless wives, 800 Jewish elephants, and pet eels wearing pink turbans. I'm mad. Wickedly so. And life to me is all about giving my all, living it for the ones I love, putting them all above me, but doing it from a space so gainfully acquired by me, holding it down independently of everyone else. Blessed be my ones I have on the shelf, saved from my body and kept for myself. In silence I sit and watch you all scatter, caught within the groove and malaise of brain chatter, riding the smooth wave of energy and motion. Cerebral love potion, oceanic in its vibe, building and rising like the moon-pulled tide. Ride, baby, ride, ride that wave through the night. I'll meet you on an island in a striped deck chair. I'll invite Hendrix, and Lennon will be there. We'll chat about movies. We'll muse about the news. We'll laugh about Huey Lewis and listen to the blues. We'll talk about our countries. We'll go back to our stars. Jim will say you have prospects. Lennon will say, love is what he's seeking. I'll say he's peeking out. We'll ride in a marimba down to see Simba, who's actually a cartoon character, and I've always wanted to meet one of those, so that'd be pretty fucking sweet, wouldn't it? Love here is lucid. That's because I choose it this way. I made it the same way as my heart feels it should be, and my mind projects at me that I agree. I'm holographically, mathematically entwined within some succinct reality. Come think and then follow me. We can pump some fink, bubbles and drink, then funk and sink into the folds of my bliss. Let you drink me in till you're full on all my apricot fizz. Oh, apricot like the colour of my dress, babe. So that was another piece that I wrote. I should probably name that. What should I call it? Oh, there's my screen dying again. I'm going to call that new fruit. New fruit. So that was new fruit. I'm going to keep reading these to you on video and then writing them out as well, because I'm finding this is working a lot better. And I think I'm going to start trying to do kind of just some spoken vlogs as well and get really nerdy on it. Because I'm a nerd, babe. I am about to go and get ready for the rest of my day. I'm having a meeting with some beautiful goddesses tonight. There's like 8 of us getting together, and we're going to have kind of a naughty hangout session. Bit of a spiritual meet as well, bit of a circle. It's going to be really nice. I'm really excited about it. I'm really enjoying the company of women at the moment. It's amazing. I always used to be a tomboy and want to hang out with guys all the time. What I've found is that gets messy sometimes, and it's good to have girlfriends. And I kind of feel like the love between women is almost deeper than the love that you could ever have between a man and a woman, because women are so in tune energetically and, you know, with their emotions, and so it's like you communicate on a far deeper level than you do within the opposite sex. You know, there's always that divide between how we view things and how men view things, and so it's been really wonderful. I always used to feel so uncomfortable around chicks. They freaked me out, basically. And when I was away, I just had all these really, really beautiful moments with women. You know, I decided to go topless on a couple of occasions, and that was really scary for me because, as you all know, I've got really big boobs, and people are always looking at them, and I don't like that. I really hate it when people look at them, and I kind of thought maybe the reason why the breasts are such a big deal is because I am so silly about them and freak out about them. So maybe if I just drop the, you know, the problem and just be free within my body and drop the sexual kind of connotation, you know, attached to them, then maybe things will, you know, be better. So I, you know, took the old top off on a whim. I asked my girlfriend Lainey if they were still okay to look at, and she was like, "Yep, babes, they're all right." So I stripped off and kind of, you know, shot out into the middle of the dance floor. And I did this a couple of times, and every time I had, you know, these wonderful experiences where, you know, before, when my perception was negative, I used to have a lot of girls, you know, if I was wearing a singlet down at the beach, or my swimming togs at the beach, I would hear girls go, "Oh my God, check out that slut with their big tits," and blah, blah, blah. And I was always having really negative, you know, experiences with women over my breasts. And then at this event, once I'd kind of dropped, you know, that perception of my reality, I had these beautiful women kind of coming up to me and cupping my breasts and just, you know, looking at me and going, "Wow, baby, you know, you're beautiful. Look at you." Oh, you know, we were just doing these dances together and connecting and kissing and cuddling and I remember another moment I had. I was kind of, I think it was on the end of the festival itself, and it'd been a really full on time. You know, a lot of things consumed, and I was feeling a little bit sensitive, and I'd been working on bringing my all this year. I've been working on bringing kind of, you know, the connection of my mind and my heart back together. You know, so I'm existing from a true place, and I found over the course of this month, my heart has come back, and I'm back in my heart. And I was kind of having this moment where I was just kind of feeling things, and I was observing them and watching them, and I kind of felt like there were tears there that needed to come out, but I hadn't totally connected to it, and I just needed to kind of have a release. And I was sitting under this tent looking out over this beautiful lake with all these horses and water lilies, and these two beautiful Japanese friends of mine, Kazuyo and Itsuki, Shadow Mountain, came and sat with me. And you know, like another friend of mine, Ryan, was kind of like, you know, "What's wrong, baby? You okay?" And I was like, "I was totally fine." Like, there was no story attached to, you know, what I was feeling. There was just you know, energy in me that needed to be expressed, emotion that needed to come out. It's just kind of like, you know, energy enters you and it leaves you. You release it. And these two sweet girls, I was like, I'm just, I'm feeling things at the moment. And they came down, and one of them put her hand on top of my head, and the other one put her hand on in the small of my back, like up between my, or maybe the small of the back's the lower back. It was between my shoulder blades, and they just sat with me and kind of connected with me. And the minute they did that, these tears just kind of came really beautifully and gently, just kind of down my cheeks. And within like 30 seconds, it was gone, and I just felt the most serene, beautiful happiness I've ever felt. And that's kind of, the magic and the connection between women. Like, we talk in a language that doesn't exist between men a lot of the time. I would probably hazard to say that it's possible for it to exist. It's just, we've existed in a society where emotion in men isn't celebrated, and emotion in people isn't celebrated. Emotion is called, weakness, if we're, due to express something like that. But back in old Roman and Grecian times, a man showing emotion was a sign of bravery and courage to shed tears for his family or his loved ones, So I don't know, I'm learning a lot. I didn't even know that, you could communicate on these levels. I had a few other experiences while I was away where, when you feel things, or you think things, and you kind of, worry that other people can feel those things too. Like if you're having some like crazy thoughts or emotions and you're trying to just cover them up, when you're around people because you don't want them to know what you're feeling. I had a few experiences when I was away where I started to recognize that people can actually feel what you're feeling and kind of feel the energy connected to the thoughts that you're thinking. I think, if people aren't aware of that, then they will just kind of pick up on, vibes or whatever. But I hung out with some people that were aware of that, level of communication. I just wasn't aware of it, and so I ended up kind of just, having my absolute paradigm shifted, and now I'm aware of kind of how much deeper communication runs. It's not just, although, words are really important. It's not just in what you say. It's in how you're feeling about yourself, how you're feeling about others, what's in your mind. There are so many kind of factors going on within that, and I kind of feel like my relationship with women that I'm building now is going to really help me deepen that practice and learn more about it. And with men too. I mean, gosh, it was a man that actually taught me that this even existed, so go figure. Basically proved myself wrong for everything I've just said, but he's kind of one of those people that has the cross between the feminine and the masculine, and so he's got an understanding of both sides, and so that's really what's necessary for men to be able to understand that, and I hope that happens to kind of come out more in the woodwork as we move on, because I think emotion in men is an incredibly sexy thing, and you should all get more sexy. So I've just turned that into a little video blog, haven't I? Oh, look at me. So there you go. That was the piece I wrote. That was another little thing that happened to me while I was away, and have a really brilliant Sunday, guys. You're the meanest. You are. Seriously, like, I love you all so much, and I know that sounds like whatever you think it sounds like, but I just, the older I get, the more I feel and the more I recognize just how important people are to me, and how important I am to people, it's just, life is beautiful. And you're all beautiful, and I just want to fucking cuddle and kiss you all the time, and I don't care what you have to say about it because I'm going to do it anyway. So have a good Sunday, and I will see you all really soon. Bye.